Knives Out director Rian Johnson made headlines recently when, in an interview with The Atlantic, he declared his Glass Onion star Dave Bautista to be the greatest wrestler turned actor of all time. Johnson said that Bautista has the physical trappings of someone who would play it big, but actually brings sensitivity to his roles. While there's not a lot of strong competition in the wrestler turned actor department, and the term wrestler turned actor itself sounds like a dig rather than simply calling Bautista a great actor, this assessment is 100% correct. No other former wrestler who left behind the ring to conquer Hollywood holds a candle to Bautista's capacity for both nuanced drama and pitch-perfect comedy. Unlike most of his peers, Bautista is more committed to serving the character than serving himself. There's no clause in his contract that says he can't lose fights. Dwayne Johnson has this clause written into his contract, and it's the death of storytelling. His characters aren't vulnerable, and there's no real stakes because they're never in any real danger. Unlike The Rock, Bautista is more interested in telling the story and serving the director's vision than building his own brand. In the opening scene of Blade Runner 2049, Bautista plays a replicant who's just minding his own business on a protein farm before Ryan Gosling shows up to retire him. You don't think of Bautista as any less of a badass just because Gosling killed him at the start of the movie. You just remember what a great performance it was. Bautista's replicant is so sweet and polite and harmless that his death instantly establishes Gosling's Officer K as a murky anti-hero. He's in charge of setting up some of the themes of the story, and he does a terrific job.
You police?
Are you Sapper Morton? Civic number NK68514.
I'm a farmer.
Bautista is adept at both gritty drama, as seen in Dune Hotel Artemis and his brief but unforgettable appearance in the Blade Runner sequel, and broad comedy, as seen in his zany Marvel role as Drax the Destroyer, and his turn as brash men's rights streamer Duke Cody in Glass Onion. It takes a truly great actor to do both comedy and drama that well, and it's a truly great actor who can hold their own in scenes with screen legends like Edward Norton, Stellan Skarsgård, and Jodie Foster. Bautista doesn't treat acting as his post-wrestling side hustle. He's really serious about being an actor and taking roles that challenge him. He's not just a hype man looking to glorify his public image like The Rock. It's often said that Dwayne Johnson isn't a great actor, but he is a great movie star. But I think even that's a bit of a stretch. He's very charismatic and likable, and he has a lot of passion for the projects he's involved in. He never phones it in, but you're basically getting the same generic action hero character and the same generic movie every time you see him on screen. He meets the expectations of his audience, but he never goes above and beyond. Johnson is sometimes compared to Arnold Schwarzenegger, but with Schwarzenegger you get a sincerity you don't get with The Rock.
I know now why you cry. But it's something I can never do.
When he pairs up with a world-class action director like James Cameron or John McTiernan, Arnie can do really great things. Movies like Hobbs and Shaw and Red Notice and Rampage are entertaining enough while you're watching them, but there's nothing that makes them particularly memorable or warrants a revisit. Meanwhile, there's no limit to the number of times you can watch Predator or Commando or the first two Terminators. John Cena, one of the other chiseled faces on the Mount Rushmore of wrestler-turned-actors, is arguably a lesser movie star than The Rock, but he is a superior actor. Cena has scored the role of a lifetime with Peacemaker. The Suicide Squad, and especially its streaming spin-off, have allowed Cena to flex his goofy comedic muscles, while also allowing for plenty of depth and introspection. But that role is a diamond in the rough. He also has an awful lot of duds on his filmography. He's done a lot of crappy comedies with a one-joke role where you're supposed to laugh at how ripped he is. The Rock and John Cena have more bad movies than good, whereas Dave Bautista has more good movies than bad. And the ones that are bad aren't bad because he's given less than 110%. Bautista might have the occasional My Spy or Army of the Dead, but it's mostly Dunes and Glass Onions and Infinity Wars.
I'm gonna ask you this one time. Where is Gamora?
Yeah, I'll do you one better. Who's Gamora?
I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora?
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you liked the video. Remember to like and subscribe and click on the little bell. And also seize the day and call your mom and be kind to yourself.